Premier League Liverpool vs Aston Villa prediction, team news, lineups preview. A Liverpool side still proudly flaunting their 100% Champions League record meet an Aston Villa side who lost their perfect European tally in bizarre circumstances in Saturday's Premier League showdown. While Arne Slot's side dismantled Bayer Leverkusen 4-0 in midweek, the Lions were stunned 1-0 by Club Brugge, who triumphed thanks to one of the most farcical penalties in recent memory. Match preview. Embracing the man whom Liverpool supporters were initially crying out for as Jurgen Klopp's successor, Slot subjected Leverkusen boss and 2005 Champions League winner Xabi Alonso to a harsh footballing lesson on Tuesday evening. Thanks in no small part to a captivating Colombian. Indeed, Luis Diaz breached the Bundesliga champions' backline on 3 occasions at Anfield, while Cody Gakpo also opened his Champions League account as red sparks flew on bonfire night, where Liverpool opened up a 2-point lead atop the Champions League standings. Leading the way continentally and domestically, Liverpool capitalized on Arsenal and Manchester City's mishaps in Premier League game week 10. Recovering from a 1-goal deficit to eke out a 2-1 success over Brighton Hove Albion and open up a 2-point gap over the reigning champions. While some may have anticipated another 2-horse race between Man City and Arsenal for Premier League glory, Slot has unexpectedly taken Liverpool right back into the mix as he sends record after record tumbling, most recently overtaking Jose Mourinho and Carlo Ancelotti in one particular category. The crushing of Leverkusen represented a 6th straight home victory in all competitions for the rampant Reds, who have scored at least twice in all of those triumphs, and last weekend's success versus Brighton saw them fight back from a goal down to win a Premier League match for the 100th time. Before Champions League match week 4 kicked off, Aston Villa were looking down on the other 35 teams in Europe's elite competition, having flexed their muscles against BSC Young Boys, Bayern Munich and Bologna before facing another B team, if you will, in Club Brugge. Following a cagey first half in which neither goalkeeper had to pick the ball out of the back of the net, a moment of madness from Villa skipper Tyrone Mings instead saw him pick the ball up after Emiliano Martinez had taken a goal kick unbeknownst to him, but not to the Brugge players. Hans van Aken duly converted the comical spot kick to condemn Villa to European defeat number 1 for the 2024-25 season, and their 3rd loss on the spin in all competitions, having been dumped out of the EFL Cup at the hands of Crystal Palace before last weekend's 4-1 top-flight beating at the hands of Tottenham Hotspur. One of 3 teams on 18 points, Villa sit 6th on account of an inferior goal difference to Arsenal and Chelsea, and the Lions head to Anfield having not beaten a top 2 Premier League team away from home in almost 25 years. Last toppling Leeds United in such circumstances in January 2000. Each of Villa's last 9 away matches versus teams in the top 2 of the Premier League rankings has ended in defeat, and their winless run against Liverpool stands at 8 matches in all tournaments, although that streak does include May's 3-3 thriller at Villa Park. Team news. It is as you were in terms of Liverpool's injury situation, as none of Harvey Elliott foot, Federico Chiesa fitness, Alisson Becker thigh or Diogo Jota abdominal will be back in action before the international break. Slot did not shy away from making some brave tactical decisions on Tuesday night, most notably playing hat-trick hero Diaz through the middle, but the South American may now revert to left-wing duties as a well-rested Darwin Núñez comes back into the attack. Another alteration on the flanks could see Andrew Robertson displace Kostas Tsimikas, who is threatening to rob him of his status as Liverpool's first-choice left-back, while the fresh legs of Dominic Szoboszlai may also be preferred to Curtis Jones. Meanwhile, Villa were missing Matty Cash-Calf and ex-Everton star Ross Barkley unspecified for the trip to Belgium in midweek, and Emery is not expecting to have either of them back for the trip to Anfield. Following a disastrous Champions League debut, Lions captain Mings is expected to drop down to the bench, albeit for fitness reasons rather than as punishment for his indiscretion. Emery should not risk starting him twice in the space of a few days after his ACL injury. Mings being demoted would open up a spot in defense for Pau Torres to slot into, while Amadou Onana and Jacob Ramsey are also primed to return over Boubacar Kamara and Leon Bailey further forward. Liverpool possible starting lineup: Kelleher, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, McAllister, Gravenberch, Sulla, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Nunez. Aston Villa possible starting lineup: Martinez, Konsa, Torres, Carlos, Digny, Onana, Tielemans, McGinn, Rodgers, Ramsey, Watkins. We say, Liverpool 3-1 Aston Villa. Brugge aside, Villa almost always ask questions of the opposition backline and may have some joy in the final third against Liverpool, who had to survive a couple of scares for their midweek clean sheet. However, Slot's side have been running defenses ragged at Anfield for weeks and will also be working with an extra day's rest, not to mention playing at home rather than away in midweek, so the Reds should sit comfortably on their throne during the international break. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.